my parents lived in Tel Aviv, and they had a very good and close friend whose name was Ray Goodman. And she lived in Detroit, Michigan, but she came to visit in Israel. And the day before she left back home, she came to say goodbye to my parents. And then she left and she went out. And then my dad remembered something, and he left home and he ran out and caught her and told her, Ray, come back home. I want to ask you something. So she came back and he said to her, you know, I think somebody told me that I have an uncle who lives in America, and he changed his name from Lushniatsky to Libin. I know that he lives somewhere in Michigan, but I don't know where. So just give me names of towns in Michigan. So she started to say Ann Arbor. She said no. Grand Rapids, no. Kalamazoo. He said yeah. This is the name of the place. So I want to ask you something. When you get back home, go to the telephone book. There was no internet in 46. So go and open the telephone book and see if there is any Libin who lives in Kalamazoo, and tell him about us. So she came back home, and after a few days she met her mom, and she told her the story. And the mother, it was 10 o'clock in the evening, and the mother said, so what are you waiting for? Try to find him and call him. So she opened the telephone book, and there was only one living in Kalamazoo. It's a true story. She rang, she called him, and she presented herself, and she said, are you living who came to America from Bialystok? He said, yes, but why are you asking me this question? And she said, and you had a very big family in Bialystok. And he said, yes, but it's very sad. They all were killed in the Holocaust. No one survived. And she said to him, no, I just come from Tel Aviv, and I want to tell you that you got 2 nephews alive. And I remember her telling me there was silence. And after 1 minute, he started to cry. He was a very sentimental person. And she said he couldn't stop crying on the phone. And he said to her, I don't believe it. Where are you? Where are they? I want them to come and be close to me. My 2 nephews who are survivors. And so it happened that 2 years later, my dad was sent to America, to Columbia University. He was a commander of the military hospital in Israel. And then the family got together. My parents went to Grand Rapids, where Selma and Bernie and Norma and Mike were together, and they got to know each other. And I know that they told me there was a crash between them. They really loved each other very much for many years. And Grandpa Libin started to come to Israel every Passover for 2 months, and he used to stay at my house. This is something that I remember already as a child. He used to come for 2 months, and my mother brought a special cook who cooked him this special food that he loved. And everybody called him uncle. Uncle is uncle in Yiddish. Even the cook woman called him uncle. And the next neighbor, the neighbor next door came and called him uncle, and the friends and everybody. And he loved to come and to be in Israel. And now when I look here and I see the 4th generation who get to know each other, I think it's a miracle.